Warp Wednesday.
Yes, Jay.
What is
Look,
up?
I'm stressed.
You're stressed?
It's been a hectic week, I tell
Is
you.
all that house stuff getting to you?
It's like everything deadlines, and I'm trying to juggle too much.
Yeah. Take a deep breath.
So essentially, this past week, I had preparations for Retro World Expo. Was the following weekend here. So 3-day show now, and with that going on, I was also trying to go to the house to do any of the housework, but while I was there, I do some of the housework, and then I'm like, oh, I got to get stuff prepped for Retro World because I wanted to bring some custom controllers to the show. I'm gonna have a booth at the expo, so I wanted some stuff to sell. And I was like, hey, let me do some paintings too. Let me do some 8-bit paintings. I'll have that
Yeah.
to sell, so I can do some of that. And also, we've been working on my car. My buddy Tom's been coming over. We're kind of doing a little revamp to it, doing like I don't know if you've seen the almost like Borderlands comic book style to these cars where they're drawing like black lines on it, shell shading and stuff like that.
I saw one the other day, Russ. It
Okay.
was this picture. I mean, and I'm just going to see it live here. But
Okay.
I thought this was kind of cool. Let's see
Let's
here.
see. He's looking for a
Let's see if
photo here.
I got it. I got it. It's coming. It's on the way.
Loading. So yeah, we've been working
But
on
it was
that.
like,
He's been coming over and helping me on the car, but it's a slow progress.
here, I'll give you guys a visual for those of you watching. It's like a red car, but it looks just like how Russ is describing. Like someone drew lines all over it with like a pen or something.
Right.
It looks very cartoonish.
Yeah, they use
But I've
the,
never,
the white lines and a lighter color.
yeah,
You get the orange, but then you get a light orange. So it looks like a highlight, like if you're drawing in a comic book.
right.
So we're kind of at like phase one right now with the concept. Like my car is red, white, and blue. So we are doing the red, drawing the lines on that. And then we have the paint colors we chose are ketchup, and then strawberry is like our lighter
Interesting.
accent color. And so we were doing that, and then we were kind of thinking like, okay, when we get to the blue, we have some light blues we want to do, and maybe on the white we can do like a very, very light gray or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
We've been trying to work on that, and I was trying to fix my bumper, so I was like fiberglassing and going over prepping controllers, and I had to go over to the house. Basically, I still had to work, so I had to work from uh 6 a.m. till 2:30 in the afternoon, and then from 2:30 I'd drive over to the house and then work at the house till like 11:30 at night, and then drive home from there. And it got a little spooky too because it's
did
in the
it?
woods, and
Oh
I have
yeah,
and I have the garage doors open, so I'm just sitting outside, and I did bring a little Bluetooth speakers so I could hear some music, but I'm just in there like painting or whatever I'm doing, and then like just thinking like, is there an animal gonna wander in
you,
here?
you
Is a
you're
murderer
just
gonna
thinking of
come?
you're just thinking about that swing set the back in the
Oh,
woods,
you're right.
just
Just creepy swinging.
yeah,
But one of the nights too, we had torrential like downpour, so it's just pouring out, and I was like, all right, just work. The thing that gets me, not so much the rain, but the thunder, just hearing
yeah,
the big rumbles, and then I'm like, I'm like, is someone
right,
gonna come up from behind me from in the house? So
yeah. Because I
I
guess you
just
were there alone. You were just there like alone and late.
right, and it gets really dark, and I'm just like, geez, but I'm like, I got to get this stuff done. So
Right,
I did about 20 controllers, paint it with, then I'm trying to think, all right, I got 20 controllers. What colors do I use? What themes am I going for? Like,
right,
usually when I'm doing my custom work, it's just like two controllers at a time or whatever. But now it's like,
right,
I got to take apart 20 NES controllers, have like a bucket of like all the like D pads and buttons and
right.
the silicone gels. And then I'm trying to wash everything and get everything prepped. So,
And
yeah,
then
it's
Russ does
been,
like a lot of like grinding and sanding and like chiseling and shaving. Because I have a TMNT controller you did for me a while back.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's like TMNT is like etched on the back, almost like a turtle shell, and like
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just,
yeah, yeah.
all this like little rad like little things you do to kind of give it some personality, and that's a lot to do to 20 controllers.
yeah, and I get that, and then painting, and then I'm like filming some stuff. I wanted to do a couple promo videos to like get people excited for the convention, and it's just constant work. I mean, and big shout out to my mother-in-law who's like watching my daughter. I literally didn't see my daughter for 6 days because last week I saw her Thursday, and then she went camping for Friday and Saturday, and they were coming back Sunday, so I didn't see her for those days. And Sunday I was at the house till 11:30, so she was
Yeah,
asleep. Then Monday I went from work straight to the house again 11:30, didn't see her. So I was like, finally Wednesday I was off from um work, so I saw her in the morning, but then I was like, I got to get stuff done, so can you watch the baby so I could go to the house
oh my
to
gosh.
continue on. So I had just dropped the car off at Retro World tonight while we're recording. And then I was supposed to be a guest on our buddy's podcast, Retro with Octopus, but timing didn't work out. So I'm going to be a guest on maybe the following week or so.
Fair enough.
I got too much going on.
Yeah, like, this man is stressed. The
So
hardest working man on the internet.
that's it. Keeping it going. We'll see
Yeah,
how long we go. And then it's still tough trying to get everything going being here in my in-laws house. Certain I don't know where certain things are. I was
right,
like texting the wife today. I got mad because like we have her room, Gwen's room upstairs here with like we just change her on the bed now. We don't have a changing table anymore,
right.
and her crib's up here. And like I went to go throw out a diaper, and I'm like, who took the bag out of the diaper genie and didn't replace it? And I was like, I
Oh,
just have this
yeah.
poop diaper, and I got to go downstairs to use the trash can down there. And I'm just like,
Nothing like living with the in-laws for about 3, 4 weeks, 5, 6 weeks, however long it is to, like, just kinda, like when you're invading on other people's space and you're trying to, like, walk on eggshells a little bit, to, be polite and, just keep the peace. It can be tough, like, it's hard enough within your own family unit, and then you're adding other people to it, you know? So
right. We came home last night late, and I wanted to get some ice cream, and they kept their door open because Gwen's sleeping upstairs, so they kept her door open in case she cried or anything. They can hear her, but
right,
now we are home, and I was like, "Oh, I want to get ice cream," and they have it in the freezer downstairs, which is the door is right by there. So I'm like opening it sneakily, and I didn't turn the
right,
light on. I used the flashlight on my phone, and I'm going down there.
yeah. You, like, run your finger up the seal so it doesn't go
But we ended up though we took some time with all the stress and this and that. We did go to a concert last night. We went to see the band Girlfriends, Simple Plan, and Avril Lavigne.
Yeah, I texted Russ because I couldn't rem I was like, "Wait a minute, is Russ doing something tonight?" And I was like, "Are we having the podcast?" And he was like, "I'm a skater boy." And I was like, "Oh, cool. See you later, boy."
Yeah, I sent him
So
a
it's,
picture
Avril
of
Lavigne lyrics.
Avril Lavigne on the screen there. Yeah, we
She's
have.
still super hot.
Yeah, yeah, sure, I agree. We we had lawn seats. First time me doing the lawn at the venue. They were just cheaper than trying to
Yeah,
get seats. I was like, okay, they're like they always get you. It's like, oh, it's like 30 bucks for a lawn, but then it's like this service fee and this, and then I had to pay $20 for parking, and
right.
it
It
still
adds
adds
up.
up. Um,
Yeah, I'm gonna go see the Pumpkins, is it next Tuesday? The
oh yeah,
29th,
yours is
whenever
gonna be
that
coming
is.
up. Yeah,
Whenever that is. Is it
whenever
next
that
Tuesday?
is next Tuesday. I don't
Oh,
know.
it's the 27th. Yeah, it is next Tuesday.
Nice.
So I'll be seeing Billy Corgan. So what'd you think? Who impressed you the most of the 3?
Um, well, I had just recently found out about the band Girlfriends, and they have a few hits. They're from California, and I knew a majority of their songs, and they did do like a quick cover songs. People were getting into that, and they put on a pretty good show. It's funny because like they're the opener, so like they don't get the uh cameras with the TVs. They have the big TVs
Right.
if you're on the lawn, so you don't get that with the opener. So I was like, all right, whatever. But it was still light out, and they had some light show on the stage. So then Simple Plan came out, and so this is called the Hits Tour. So like Avril and Simple are supposed to be just kind of playing the hits,
Right.
and they came out and they did some of the classics, right? They did "I'm Just a Kid." They did um that song "Shut Up, Shut Up, Shut Up, Shut Up, Don't
Yeah.
Want to Hear It." So I was like, oh, okay. They even they played a newer one that they did a collab with State Champs and We the Kings that were on, called "This Is Where We Belong," which was a cool one. But then they ended up doing so they people went crazy. They do the Scooby Doo theme. I don't know if you know this, like for
Oh,
the
yeah,
new
yeah.
show. So they had a bunch of people run out on stage dressed in Scooby Doo outfits.
Oh, that's funny.
And people were going nuts for that. But I was hoping they're actually just on the new Disney album that came out that has all pop punk bands on it. And they did "Can You Feel the Love Tonight?" But they didn't
Yeah.
play it at the show. I thought they would play it. But they
Did they
ended up
play did they play "I'd Do Anything," the song that Mark sang on from Blink?
yes, yeah. Mark wasn't
That's a
there
great
though.
song.
But
Of course not.
that was a good one. But then they like covered for whatever reason they did Smash Mouth All Star,
All-Star?
and then they went into the I think it's the Killers that how the heck does the song go?
"I've been
Uh,
doing just fine, gotta be
yeah,
down
yeah,
because I want it all.
and they did,
Started
like,
out with a kiss." Yeah.
most of that song, and I'm like, "Why are they playing these songs?" Like, this
Yeah, a
is
little
supposed to be the
weird,
hits
right?
tour, like, play
Maybe they don't have they don't have enough hits is the problem.
they didn't play "Addicted." I was kinda mad that they didn't play that
Oh,
one.
why didn't they play that? That's a hit.
I know, I'm like, "Come on." So I was a little upset about that, they didn't play that one.
Blowing it, Simple Plan.
And then I was telling Steph, I was like, I'm a little sad because so last time I saw him was years ago and it was at a Warp Tour at the
Right.
same stage. But I told them recently their bass player has gotten into some hot water with speaking to a younger girl, I believe, or something like that. So they're like,
Yeah.
"You're out of the band. So you're gone."
Aw,
And it kind of messed up the dynamic for the band because he
yeah.
sang so much and had that stage presence of, like, talking to the crowd and this and that, so, like, that's not there anymore.
Sounds like he was talking to the crowd a little too much, if you know what
Yeah,
I mean.
I guess so. So, the other guys are still doing the backup vocals and being cool, and what they did add was kinda neat, with, when they played "I'm Just a Kid," they actually had the drummer come out from the drum set, and he took over the microphone, and Pierre went onto the drums and finished
Oh,
the
that's
song
cool.
drumming. And I was like, "Oh, okay." I never seen him play drums before. So,
Well-rounded. Yeah.
yeah, I remember Sum 41 used to do a lot of, like, switching with the bandmates,
Switching yeah, yeah.
so I do like that. But then Avril Lavigne came out, and it was kinda neat. They were kinda giving you these, like, backstory, like, a video would come up, and it'd be, like, interviews from, like, 2000s and this and that, and
That's cool.
she opened up with the, Girlfriend song. "Hey, hey, you, I don't want
I
your
don't want your
girlfriend."
girlfriend, yeah, na, 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 na. Yeah.
I was like, "Okay." So, I knew few of the songs that came out, and then it was like she played, like, 3 songs, and I'm like, "I've never heard of these, and this is supposed to be, like, the hits tour?" Like, I'm
Well, if you're not a hu like, I used to listen to, like, her CDs all the way my girlfriend that I dated back in '01, Joanna,
mhm.
was a huge Avril Lavigne fan, so I heard a lot of it through her, so I
Okay.
knew, like, a bunch of a bunch of songs that might be, like, I don't know, considered hits by fans, so
Right. So, yeah, she did about maybe 5 songs, I'd say, and then they, like, cut to, like, this video type thing, and then they started changing the stage because the stage had all this crazy setup stuff. So they kinda, like, switched that up, and then she came out with a guitar and then started, doing, what the heck is the last song there?
Oh, probably the most popular, famous one ever, like,
Not not Skater Boy, but the other one.
Complicated. Why'd you have to go and make things so
No, she
complicated?
actually did that one early on. She was like, "Here's my
Okay.
first single." I can't remember the freaking name of it now. I'm gonna have to, like, Google.
There's
I
one
will
that's like, It's a damn cold night."
No, it's not that. Yeah, that slow one. Let's
Yeah.
see, hits. Avril Lavigne hits. Uh, you know, show more. Girlfriend. Why is it not? not sticking out here. My friend sent me it. Oh, you know what? I think he messaged me on Facebook. I could look it up and see. But he was like, I know the set list. He's like, they're playing this and then we're taking off after. And I was like, I think I'll probably do the same because
Yeah,
then we're gonna miss all the traffic that's gonna be there.
right. But it
Happy
was pretty
ending. Gonna hear it.
so much for my
My
happy
happy
ending.
ending. Oh,
Ding. Yeah,
oh. And
yeah,
I was like, "Oh, okay. I mean, that's a jam." And
there
she
you
was
go.
playing her guitar there and chatting. So I was like, "All right, let's walk back to the car." So we can.
You know what's funny about that? When I saw Avril Lavigne in Georgia, this was, like, 2002 probably,
Okay.
she was with Simple Plan also.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy, I
Well,
just realized that.
they're both from Canada, so
They
makes
are.
sense.
They them boys.
My wife was like, "I feel like she was kind of off." I was like, "I don't know. Maybe she's like, ah, I'm in the States. Like Canada is so much better." They were talking about they were just in Europe doing the tour and this, and I was like, maybe the people went crazier over there. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, like, tours are long, like, I don't know, like, I couldn't imagine singing the same songs every night for, like, 4 months.
Right. Absolutely.
That'd probably drive me insane.
And then you got to be like, you got to look at your where you are, and so like they come out, we're like, "What's up, Hartford, Connecticut? Oh, you guys are
"Oh, you
wild."
guys are way cooler than New York was yesterday, they
Yeah, yeah.
suck, you guys are way better." It's like, "Okay, we've heard that before."
So what crowd goes wild for that?
Why does everybody say that stuff? Nobody believes it.
It's the
Yeah, you know what? You know one thing that
artist etiquette.
you know what Mark Hoppus did that I thought was so rad at the Blink show in Greenville?
Okay,
I noticed in Philly, he wore the Flyers jersey, I'm assuming the last song. So we have a minor league hockey team called the Swamp Rabbits. I swear to you, Mark Hoppus came out for the last song in a Swamp Rabbits jersey, and I thought that was the raddest thing ever.
that's cool to pay homage to like whatever
Yeah, just an
town you're
ECHL
in, just to
team,
be like,
like,
"Hey, what's
I was
up?"
like, "That's pretty cool." Mark Hoppus in the Swamp Rabbits
So
jersey,
you
that's
probably sent someone to be like, "Go get me a jersey from whatever
yeah,
team is in here."
yeah, it was awesome.
So yeah, we got that, and then I'm gonna be gone for the next week. So next Thursday, we're going to the city, Madison Square Garden for Incubus and Coheed and Cambria. And I'm like, dude, we're not gonna get back to like 2 a.m. or something like that. And I have work at 6 a.m. the next day.
Mm,
I'm like,
mm.
we're gonna be so tired. I'm like, and
So
I'm pretty sure it's Coheed's opening up and Incubus is closing, which I'm like, I would totally leave early because they're doing the Morning View album, which isn't my favorite album. But we're
yeah,
going with a couple, and I know they want to see Incubus. And I think I told them like they're going early, they're gonna take the train there. And I'm like, oh, we'll probably drive. So if you just want to come back with us, so like they're not gonna want to leave early.
right. Yeah, I saw Death Cab a couple years ago in Atlanta with my buddy Johnny, and, uh and Johnny kept buying me beers, and then we had to drive all the way home, and I had to work the next day at, like, I had to be there at, like, 8, which is
Yeah,
not
yeah,
as
yeah.
early as 6, but, like, I probably got home at, like, 3 or 4, and I was like, "Man, it was rough getting up that next day," and even working, like, I had to put my big boy pants on and just do it. It was not fun.
So I'm like,
That's the
jeez.
end of that story.
So we'll see. I think that was the oh, and so possibly I might go see in September Bowling for Soups coming to Toad's Place. I think they're on tour with Wheatus.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'd like to see Wheatus at least play that one song where he sings like a girl.
Right. So I'm like,
"You
maybe
and
check
I
that.
have tough here, baby," or whatever he says.
Listen to
Ooh.
Iron Maiden, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know what? My
Ooh.
friend Don, just sent me a text the other day and said Weezer is playing the Blue album in Greenville in September, and I'm like, "Man, I'd love to see them play the entire Blue album," but I've kinda met my concert quota, and I just can't see asking Haley for another one. Be like, "Hey, can I go see another concert actually?" So,
Oh, okay. Like
'cause it but
taking her, or are you going alone
well,
and she's gonna watch the kids?
just going again and spending more money that we don't need to
Yeah.
spend. Because, like, I mean, I spent a crap ton on those Blink tickets and Smashing Pumpkins I bet I spent $500 on both sets of tickets.
Yeah. Yeah. But definitely gotta, yeah, pick and choose with the like I was saying, oh, okay, like doing the lawn seats. I was like, all right, it's whatever. We're there.
Right.
Definitely a different experience. And I had noticed too, like the time delay with I was watching the TVs and I can see on stage what's happening, and then he'd be like clapping, and then it's like slightly off or whatever. And I'm like,
Right, right, because it's
oh,
coming to
it's
you, it's delay on a delay, yeah.
and we were sitting down for the first band, and then when Simple Plan came on, the people in front of us then stood up. So I'm like, all right, we got to stand up because I was like, if
Right.
I'm sitting down, I'm just watching the TV. At this point,
You're just
I
seeing
could
people's
just
butts.
I could just go sit in the grass outside of my house and watch a YouTube video. It's the same thing.
Exactly.
So yeah, concert out. I don't know what
Yep.
else is happening for that, but yeah, I'm doing that. Most of the housework. I haven't been playing too much of games other than what I live stream. I just beat Mega Man X on live stream, and then we started last week Mega Man X2, which I never played growing up, or three. I haven't played any of those.
Yeah, I mean, like, I was hanging out in here last night until about 12:30 just trying to get this floor where I could move around and move my chair so I could actually get to my TV now and play some
Okay.
games, but the only problem is I can't find the controller to the TV, and I'm hooking up I'm gonna be using the top loader, which you might be able to see right
Yeah. Yeah.
there, because I think my NES, I think the capacitor is going bad in it because it's kinda got these wavy lines. It doesn't look super crystal clear, and I don't like that, so I'm just gonna use the top loader until I can get somebody to recap that NES or do it myself if that's possible.
Yeah. It's not too bad of a job to. I mean, I've never done one, but just desoldering a couple
Yeah.
leads and then put new
Yep.
caps in.
Yep.
You watch a video. I mean, I'm sure you can handle that.
Yeah,
Just do
I'd
them,
like to think so.
one at a time. Desolder this, pop it out. Okay, this is number 62. Get your new
Right.
one, put it in. All right,
Yeah,
move on.
yeah.
Or
Yep.
like maybe make yourself a paper map and be like, these are the ones I need to replace. I'll mark it off, like just to
Right.
organize.
Yeah, yeah, 'cause I think if I recapped it, it would look a lot cleaner. It just looks kinda bad right now, and I don't like that, but you know, I can't get this thing to be on channel 3, it stays on channel 2, and I try to do it manually, and it
Oh, okay.
switches between, channel 2 and, like,
Like
input
satellite
1
or
or
something.
whatever,
Oh, okay.
input 1, so
Oh, right.
stupid, why does that do that? What'd you put the button on there for if you can't use it?
Speaking of TVs at the in-laws' house, the TV downstairs has three remotes. You have the TV that turns on the TV. Then you gotta turn on the sound bar with a different one, and then you got your Fire Stick if you wanna do, like, YouTube or any of the apps, or if you wanna watch cable, you gotta use the other remote to, like, switch through the cable channels.
This would be a great Seinfeld episode. Like a topic, like, "Why do
Oh,
we need so many remotes?" You know? And, like, I don't like but it's funny because, like, everybody knows how to use the remotes in their own home, but
right,
you go to
right.
somebody else's house and it is like, you are lost. Like, I don't even know what to hit. Every time I go to my in-laws' house, I mean, I've been going there for 13 years, and I still don't know how to turn their TV on. I'm like, I don't even know how like, there's, like, 3 remotes, and I don't even know, but it's just I feel your pain because it's like when you're somebody else's house with their TV set up, it's like I have no clue.
It's tough, yeah, yeah. And we're good at our house, we had the Fire Stick remote, and it actually turned on our TV, and it had the volume on it too. So we brought that over here, and there's a TV in the bedroom, and it doesn't work that way, so now we have a different remote for the TV and the Fire Stick, so if we're in bed, I have to get up to, like, shut the TV off. "Alright, we're gonna go in bed now," like, and sit back down. I'm like, "Ah,
Yeah.
so inconvenient."
Like, if you're getting sleepy, it kinda, like, wakes you back up. It's like, "Oh, watch some TV."
Oh, side note made me think of, getting sleepy and this and that, so I was painting my controllers late at night. I think it was like 10 o'clock at the house, and my wife had texted me, and she's like, "Oh, you're still at the house?" I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." She's like, "Well, I'll swing by. I'll get Taco Bell." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, get me this." So she
Sounds amazing.
came by with some Taco Bell. So we made a makeshift table because no none of our furniture's at the house, so we have like
Right.
a box, and I put like a piece of wood down, and we were just sitting in the kitchen eating Taco Bell, and then out of nowhere they have set up in the kitchen a air compressor because they're using the nail gun upstairs.
Oh, no, did it, like, decompress?
and, like, when it gets
Like,
low, the pressure.
kinda like that?
Yeah, yeah, it came on, and I was like, "If that came on and I was here alone, I woulda crapped my pants, like, are you kidding me?" So, like, I unplugged it from the wall. I'm like, had I come in to, like, shut the lights off and close up for the night and that came on, I would've died.
Heart attack right there.
'Cause I
House is
told her, I was
done.
like, I'm so, like, nervous at the house. I keep, like, all the lights on in the interior of the house, and then, like, I start my car, so my car is running, and then I'm, like, going through the house, shutting lights off, using my flashlight on my phone, and then I even left the outside, like, porch light on. I'm like, "I'll just
Right,
leave it on, like, cause I don't wanna shut that off and just have my car
right,
lights. Someone's gonna
right.
run up out of the woods behind me and, like, jump me or
So
something."
let me ask you this, do you think there's gonna be an adjustment once you move in, or is it just weird now because there's, like, no furniture and nobody else is there and you really haven't spent any
Yeah.
nights there?
Right, I'll have to see, when the because it's like, okay, if I'm outside alone and I know Steph's in the house and the baby's there, like, maybe I won't feel as, like, whatever, because 'cause I'm like, "Okay, they're right there." I could kinda yell and maybe someone will
But
come.
it is weird moving into a new place. I remember when we moved into this house, like, one thing that I'm super weird about is, like, I like windows covered at night. Like
Gotcha,
like
yeah,
like, I can't sleep with blinds open. They gotta be closed, right?
gotcha.
I don't like the thought of somebody looking in my through my window at me. And we have this one portal window up front that there's no blinds on, and I hate that window. And even when I go to Ohio, my mother-in-law, she doesn't it doesn't bother her one bit. She lives out in the middle of Ohio in, like, this
Oh,
big
okay.
field pretty much,
Yeah, yeah.
and, we sleep upstairs, and there's no blinds on the upstairs, so I hang every time I'm there, I hang, like, sheets over the windows with, like, thumbtacks. She probably thinks I'm insane, and she's like, "Jay, you're on the 2nd floor. Who is gonna see you?" And I'm like, "The aliens. That's who's gonna see." Like,
You
I'm
you
such a
know they can't
weirdo.
penetrate sheets.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. The sheets is their biggest weakness for us. I don't know if you need to get tangled in them and then
Right.
they
That's a
fly
mess.
back to Mars. Exactly. So, but I just hate the thought of something looking at me through the window.
Yeah.
Some and so when we moved in here, we're trying to get set up and it took us forever to get the home vibe in this house. But like the you've been here, our kitchen has these two big sliding glass
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
doors. And so like I can always see out into the backyard and I'm like, what's out there looking back in at me?
True. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I ended up putting lights in my trees so like they come on at night so I can see what's back there. But like
Oh, good call.
I am really weird about windows not being covered at night. But all that to say too, like I just remember how uncomfortable I was for probably months here, like
Mhm.
getting used to it, like I don't know. So I think you're in for a transition.
Yeah, and like you said, on our first floor with our living room and I don't know what you call I guess it's all just the living room and then the kitchen. We do have 2 big glass slider doors there that
Yeah.
will look out into our backyard with the woods. So I don't know if the plan is to put any curtains up over there. We'll see. But she did say she wanted to do maybe some like up lighting where we have these 2 trees in the back. So this way it adds a little bit of lighting to the backyard.
Yeah,
So it's not
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, little arch like a kinda like a what's the word? Like, aes aesthetic lighting kinda?
aesthetic. Right. Mood lighting or what have
Yeah,
you or whatever. So
that'd be
yeah, we'll
cool.
see. Once, you get the furniture and everything in there, then I could see, oh, it's like, "Oh, this is nice." Like, I didn't mind at all just being in the garage with the pouring rain, like, I was like, "Yeah, it's kinda nice, whatever, it's nice rain, get some tunes on."
Yeah. Yeah, you'll get adjusted once everybody's there, and it's also something about walking into an empty house. It's kinda weird, right? It's like, it just seems unnatural. Like, these are
Right.
supposed to be lived in, not empty and creepy and hollow
Because I
and
told her every
echoey.
time I was like even when it's light out and I was there alone, and I'd be walking back and forth, to my car where I parked or passing the dumpster, and I was like, "I always feel like I'm gonna come around the corner and there's just gonna be a dude standing, like, in the backyard, like, and I'm like, 'Hello? Like, who are you?' Like, because
I love that
I
I
said
love that this Go ahead, sorry.
the past owner had passed away in the house, so I'm like, his ghost could be there, absolutely.
Oh, really? That's true?
Yeah, as far as I know, because he passed, I'm pretty sure it was at the house.
Now that would creep me out
And I'm
so
like, we're
hardcore.
here remodeling everything, tearing down what he built, like,
Yeah,
he built the house. I'm like,
exactly.
I'm like, "We should have done, like, a blessing or something before we
Like
started, like, 'Hey,
like,
we
"Hey,
appreciate what you did, but, you know, we're
I
making it our
hate
own.'"
your I hate your orange shelf in the kitchen, it sucks. Don't haunt me."
God, so who
Dude, that
knows?
is that makes this so much more interesting to me, Russ, because I am super creeped out by anything supernatural. Um, our neighbor Bob passed away a couple years ago in the house next to me, and there was a few times I had to go over to that house and do stuff, like, for his wife after she moved out to go to a nursing home, and I'd always be like, "Alright, Bob, if you're here, just leave me alone," even if I saw, like, Bob's ghost, I would be like, "Yeah, but, it's just Bob," but, like, I still probably crap my pants.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
that I feel like that makes that house so much more creepy.
Right, so
Not
and
to
then
scare you, Russ,
and then
but
to
that's
to add
weird.
it, I was literally there again, it's, like, daytime or whatever, and, um, my father-in-law was like, "Oh, while we still got the dumpster, why don't you clean out the basement area? Because 'Cause they're gonna have the plumber
Mm,
down there." So, like, it's literally I said it's, I don't know, 10 by 10 square or whatever, right? And so you come down the stairs, you got your oil tank to the left, and then your furnace, and then there's like a little nook, and he had like, you keep old boxes of the tiles, and there's
yeah,
some like planter boxes. But
right,
like since they're working on the house, there's no light there. So he's like, you can go get, there's like a battery powered light, um, like a Milwaukee thing, like fancy. I was
right,
like, okay,
yep.
so I brought it downstairs. So like turn it on. So then I go to crawl into this nook to grab stuff, and then the light starts blinking like this. And I'm like, what the
Oh.
hell is this? And then I back up and it, it stops. And I was like, okay. So like I go to back to do it again, and it's freaking I'm like, I'm not gonna be in this corner and the light goes out. So like I was
No,
freaking out. So I went
that's so
upstairs.
awesome.
He has a light that you plug in. So I was doing that because then eventually the other light died. And
Now,
I was
what
like,
if you woulda went down with the plug-in light and it started flashing?
that would have, yeah, definitely. Because 'cause I'm like, "Is this a ghost? He's telling me not to move the stuff that he has here."
Leave those here.
But dad was like, "Oh, yeah, when the battery gets low, it blinks." And, well, it's good to know, like,
Yeah, coulda
Christ.
told me that sooner before I walked down into the ghost man's basement.
So I finally got it cleaned out, vacuumed and all that, so, like, "Alright, we're good."
Yeah, that's
But
weird. So I'm gonna tell this one last story. I know we're probably pressed for time at this point, but, um, my nephew Giles, he was renting this little trailer for a while, and I don't know why Giles decided to buy, like, a security system, but it was, like, basically, like, almost like Ring cameras, but, like, for
mhm.
inside your home, so you can
Yeah,
kinda,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
see what's going on. Dude, he showed me the most insane video I've ever seen. I don't know if he still has it on his phone, but if he does, I'll try to get it and I'll show it on the podcast. But you see, like, this dark apparition that looks like a human's body come
Right.
in and sit down on the couch. And I'm getting I don't know if I can get the chill bumps on but I'm getting chill bumps just thinking about this. And then at some point, you see it stand up and float through the ceiling. And I'm like, I saw that, and Russ, I kid you not, I bet I couldn't sleep for a month.
A month.
That I mean, obviously I slept, I didn't stay awake for a whole month, but, like, I had trouble getting to sleep. Like,
Yes, I was
I
see.
was probably I was probably watching YouTube till, like, 3:30, 4 in the morning until I finally was just so exhausted I passed out,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'd never like, 'cause it's like I've always kind of, like, wondered if supernatural stuff was real, but I've never really seen any of it personally, only, like, TV
Right.
shows that, like, documented it, and, like, who knows if it's real? But seeing that, I was like, "Dude, that's it. That's gotta be a ghost." And then a couple days later, he's like, "Dude, check this video out." He showed me another video. He had this camera. It had been sitting up for hours and hours and hours and days and days and days, and all of a sudden, something just knocked it over. And I'm like, "That is super creepy." Like, dude, you gotta get out of that house. That's so weird.
Freaking ghost cat.
Ghost something, like, I don't know. It didn't look like a cat floating through the ceiling. It looked like a dude, but
Well, I'm saying to knock the camera down.
oh, maybe, yeah. Well, so
But,
I'll have to see if he
yeah,
still
see
has
if you
that
get it, I
video
could drop it in. Yeah.
because that was weird.
For sure. I don't even know if I would wanna put cameras inside my house. We're getting a security system for the perimeter and the outside, but I'm like, I don't want cameras on the inside and see something
I don't wanna
freaky.
know what yeah,
Right.
exactly. Nobody wants to see that.
Good Lord.
So now we have new fears.
All
Ghost.
right. Call in. Tell us your fears and your creepy ghost stories. We got a phone number here. You can leave us a voicemail 949-682-9277. 949-682-WARP. And if you want, you can check out the weekly warpipe.com. We got all our episodes on there. You can pick up magnets, stickers, t-shirts, all that fun stuff to support the show. Come in an assortment of colors. I know my buddy Andy Pittman picked up a nice black weekly warpipe shirt. I got a white one. Maybe we got purple on there. I don't remember. Who knows?
We need weekly white poop shirts.
Weekly white poops. Quick shout out to the Patreon supporters. We got Dan and Nicole's Treasures Untold, Joe Sheevy, Trace Lemon Gun, Samantha Chang, Rodney Torres, Retroholic 16, and Austin Mills. You guys rock. Support the show. You support us over on patreon.com/Russ Lyman or become a channel member on our YouTube page. Get some perks and stuff for that as well. Thanks for listening. Appreciate you being here. And I guess that's it, right?
To the stars.
To the stars with our t-shirts. Thanks for jumping in the warp pipe with us. We'll see you on the next episode.